So let me ask you something. What do you think is the single most valuable asset in any company? Is it the tech, the brand? Nope, it's the people. And that's where human resource management comes in. But, it's probably not what you think it is. Come on, let's be real for a second. When I say HR, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Piles of paperwork, right? Payroll? Maybe you even think of them as the department that says no to everything. Well, while that stuff might be a tiny piece of the puzzle, it's not the whole picture. Not even close. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you how modern HR is actually one of the most powerful strategic tools a business has. So here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll get on the same page about what human resource management, or HRM, actually is. Then we're going to look at this crucial partnership between HR pros and the managers on the ground. After that, we'll dive into the really interesting difference between just managing people and truly developing them. And to wrap it all up, we'll see how all these pieces fit together to give a company a real competitive advantage. All right, let's dive right in. Before we can talk about strategy, we have to build a solid foundation and get past some of those old cliches about what HR does all day. Okay, I know, that sounds a little textbooky, but let's break down what it actually means. Acquiring isn't just posting a job ad, it's about finding the absolute best person for the role. Training is about getting them up to speed to do great work right now. And then you have appraising, compensating, looking after their well-being. You see, it's a whole ecosystem for managing the most important and, honestly, the most complicated part of any business. It's people. So what does this look like in the real world? Well, it's all about asking the really big, important questions. Questions like, what kind of talent do we need to hire? Not just for this quarter, but for where we want to be in 3 years. Or how do we build a culture where people feel genuinely valued and want to bring their A game every single day? It's about turning a group of individuals into a truly committed team. These are the strategic questions that a great HR function helps a company answer. And here's the thing, answering those huge questions isn't a job for just one department working in a silo, which brings us right to our next point, this incredibly important collaboration between HR and the managers who are right there on the front lines. This is so, so true. I mean, think about it. If you've ever been a manager, especially for the first time, you get it. You're laser focused on hitting your team's targets, but if you forget the people side of things, performance is going to suffer. That's when you have that aha moment and realize that being a manager is so much more than just assigning tasks. It's about coaching, it's about leading, and that's exactly where HR becomes your best friend and most valuable partner. Here's a good way to think about it. Imagine a pro sports team. The line manager, that's the coach on the field, calling the plays, making those critical in-the-moment decisions. And the HR manager, they're kind of like the general manager. They're the ones scouting the talent, dealing with contracts, and making sure the entire organization is set up for a championship run. They play different positions, for sure, but they are 100% on the same team, working towards the exact same goal. And just look at what this partnership accomplishes. The line manager knows the specific skills they need on their team, right? While HR has the expertise to go out and find that perfect person. The manager is there day-to-day, keeping morale high, while HR builds the bigger programs like awesome benefits or recognition awards that create a great place to work. It's a true partnership, plain and simple. Okay, so now let's zoom in a little bit, because inside this big world of people management, there's a really vital distinction to make. It's the difference between human resource management, our friend HRM, and something called human resource development, or HRD. And this right here is where we get to the core of long-term thinking. This is a question that every single leader should be asking themselves. Are we just focused on keeping things running smoothly day to day? Or are we actively building a company that's ready for whatever comes next, ready to innovate and grow? The answer to that question really gets at the heart of the difference between just managing your people and truly developing them. I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say you're a coder. Training, that's an HRM thing, would be learning a new programming language you need for your current project. It's focused, it's immediate, but development, that's HRD. That would be something like taking a course on project leadership, not because you need it today, but because you want to lead your own team one day. See the difference? One is about being great at your job now, the other is about building your career for the future. So let's just boil it down. HRM is about keeping the whole engine of the company running smoothly. It's often reactive, handling payroll, benefits, employee issues as they come up. HRD, on the other hand, is a part of HRM, but it's all about upgrading that engine so the company can go faster and farther than the competition. It's proactive. It's about building the leaders and the skills you're going to need tomorrow. You absolutely need both, but it's that HRD piece that really creates a long-term, lasting advantage.
Okay, so we've defined HRM, we've seen how it partners with managers, and we've made that key distinction with HRD. So, how does this all come together to create that strategic advantage we've been talking about?
The best analogy I can think of is a symphony orchestra. You've got all these incredibly talented musicians, right? But if they're all playing from different sheets of music, you don't get a symphony, you get a mess. The conductor is the one who aligns all that talent to create something beautiful and powerful. Well, that's what strategic HRM does. It takes all the people-related activities, hiring, training, compensation, everything, and aligns them so that every single person is helping the company achieve its most important goals. And when all those puzzle pieces click into place like that, you get something really special. You get an organization where the people, the company's purpose, and its performance are all locked in together. They reinforce each other, creating a business that isn't just surviving, it's truly thriving. So what's the bottom line here? Why does this matter so much? Well, if you're leading a business, it means you have to stop thinking of HR as just an administrative department and start seeing them as a key strategic partner. And if you're an employee, it means you should be looking for a company that gets this, a company that invests in its people. Because at the end of the day, those are the companies that are built to last. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Think about your own workplace. All the people practices, from how they hire to how they promote to how they develop talent, are they just administrative boxes to be checked? Or are they intentionally designed to push the company's biggest goals forward? The answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know about whether you're in a company that's just getting by or one that's truly built to win.